gonna do this. Okay, let's begin. Dear girl who is struggling to love her body. I know when you look in the mirror and see your body, you are honestly disappointed. You are disappointed because after you hit puberty, you expected your body to go through this major change, which it certainly did on the inside, but not so much on the outside. But it was supposed to, right? I know you expected your boobs to grow nice and big and your hips to widen, forming that perfect hourglass shape that men seem to love in the movies. You even expected your butt to grow and get a little bigger and nice and round, because that's what it means to look like a woman, right? I mean, that is how most women in the movies and magazines and music videos and social media and even on cartoons look like. I'm sure you can't even remember the last time you've seen a small-chested woman on TV, to be honest. And if so, the men certainly didn't seem to be chasing after her. And speaking of men, the boys at your school seem to feel the same way, because they seem to go crazy over the girls who are, you know, more developed. So you think, what's wrong with you? And why is your body taking so long to develop? Doesn't it know that you're supposed to be a woman too? I mean, I know you're thinking, it's just not fair. And what's crazy is your mom and your grandmother and your cousins, most women in your family, have bigger boobs. So shouldn't you? And as much as you don't want to admit it, that comment that one boy made about your small boobs looking like mosquito bites did actually hurt a little, maybe a lot. And lastly, I know that you are still holding on to that hope. And once you hit your 20s, womanhood will finally catch up to you. Yeah, I don't know about womanhood, but definitely adulthood. That was a lame joke, but nope. Hello, my name is Jess, and this is I am me, being all that I can be. What was that? My new intro. If you were watching any of my videos in the past, I came up with this weird song. This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. Last time, this is me, being all that I can be. Woo! That's gonna shape who I am for 2020 into the rest of my life, and I just want that statement to shape this channel. And yeah, that has nothing, I mean, that has something to do with the video. But anyways, hello, my name is Jess. Today, as you can see, we're gonna be talking about boobies. That was a letter that I decided to write to my younger self, and anybody else maybe felt that way when they were younger, or even now, that letter was dedicated to you. So in today's video, I wanted to go over how I feel about my small, petite body now, how I'm able to be confident in it, and my advice to anybody who's dealing with the same things or insecurities. And lastly, I'm gonna close it off with a little short mini Q&A that I actually went on my Instagram and asked if anybody had any small boob / petite body questions. I did it really last minute, so I may not have that many questions, but I'll just answer it just to make sure I touch on everything. But yeah, first off, I just want to show you guys my body. But you guys can see clearly I'm a petite girl. I honestly only remember wearing 2 bra sizes in my lifetime. And that was a 34A when I first started out, like when I first, started developing. And now I wear a 32B. As you guys can see in my letter, obviously when I was younger, I did get picked on a little bit, not like super bullied or anything, but yes, people made comments about my boobs being small. They would say I have like little mosquito bites or I'm flat chested. Nothing that made me I don't remember going to the point where I was crying or anything, because I'm not really, I don't know, wasn't really that sensitive. So I just, and my mom kind of uplifted me a lot. So I would go tell her, and then she would be like, girl, don't let them get to you, blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously as far as, boys and stuff, it kind of sucked because all the boys that I liked other girls who were a lot more voluptuous than I was. They had, bigger boob, wider hips, or bigger butt. And I didn't have any of that, so it did really suck. And even for me being super skinny, I used to be super skinny. I'm still skinny, I guess you could say, but I used to get picked on about that I didn't have any meat on my bones, or I didn't eat, or do you eat, girl? A lot of people would be like, do you even eat, and you're so skinny? So, right now, I actually am content with my boobs. I'm 23 years old, if anybody is wondering, and I have came to the realization that, for one, I have no desire to get any surgery done or anything like that. So if that's the case, I'm just gonna have to live with my boobs, and I've just grown to accept them. For a major thing, which I don't know if this is gonna help anybody else out there, but there's only literally been one thing in my life that has made me grow to love my boobs, and that has to be my boyfriend. My boyfriend is the reason why I today have decided that I'm content with my boobs. As far as body-wise, I have accepted my body. I actually love my petite body. Yeah, I've just accepted it because it's if I know in my heart that I'm not going to change it, I don't want to alter it, because I just believe in everybody doing what makes them happy. So obviously, just because I don't plan on getting surgery doesn't mean that I look down on anybody that does, because if that's what ultimately makes them genuinely happy at the end of the day, then that's for them. But I know that's not for me, because I like to just stay as natural as I can, honestly, because I really value I don't know, I take pride in my naturalness. I feel as cliche or whatever, some people may roll their eyes to it, but this is the body that God gave me and that my parents created, and thankfully I have a boyfriend who appreciates my body, and it took me, a while to get comfortable in it, but I honestly have to give it to my boyfriend. Let's just talk about that. I guess, honestly, I don't really like saying my boyfriend's the one that made me really love my body, because then it's well, how is a girl who doesn't have a boyfriend loves her body, because it's not like she has somebody there. So I think just being surrounded by people who appreciate, who doesn't talk down on you, obviously, and just knowing that there is somebody out there that is going to love you for you. I mean, if you decide to not do anything to it, there is definitely going to be somebody, because I never knew that there's actually guys out there who appreciated small boobs. Small is you have maybe your C cup and maybe your upper B, but for me, I was just I feel like I'm the small to almost flat chested ratio. So it's it's crazy, because I remember when I first got with my boyfriend, which was so long ago, in high school, And this is kind of TMI. It was like the first time that pretty much he saw me without a bra on. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I mean, we're adults here, hopefully. I mean, if you're young, you're gonna get there. And it was like, I felt so self-conscious. And even if you asked him, he would always joke around like I was like so self-conscious of like my boobs when we first got together. Like I didn't want him to see them or like touch them or anything like that, because I kind of felt in my head that he was disappointed every time he like touched them or saw them, you know? Like it was like, I felt like he expected every time, you know, he did see them that they were like big, and I felt like it was like, well, it was like a womp womp womp. Every time, and I know it sounds so bad. I don't think I've ever told him that. I mean, he kind of knows that I was a little insecure about my small boobs, but the way he made me feel, like he literally acted like they were like the most freaking prized possession, like you would think that I would have like the biggest double D's in the whole wide and the most perfect boobies ever, the nicest, how he will like talk about them. I know this TMI, but again, like whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about that topic, but I feel like I have to explain that because that's what made me confident over the years, how he would like talk about them, and he's like obsessed with my boobs. I mean, I'm sure he's just obsessed with boobs overall. I mean, I'm sure if anybody handed him a pair of boobs, he would just be happy with it, because some guys are like boob guys and some guys are butt guys. Even though he says he's a butt guy. Okay, moving on. That has nothing to do with anything. I just really have like really grown to be more confident in them. It takes time. And also, once you do find that somebody who appreciates you in your most natural form, whether that's natural boobs, natural face, natural, that's when you just grow to appreciate things more. And I appreciate that I found him, because I mean, Lord forbid I don't ever plan on breaking up with him, but Lord forbid that ever happens for whatever crazy reason, at least I know that I had that experience, and even if something were to happen with that relationship, I would still be confident in them because I know that a guy was able to appreciate them, you know? And even I think like, you know, it would be cool to see what it's like to have big boobs. Honestly, if I'm honest with myself, yes, I still get thoughts like, oh, that would be, I wonder how. But then I think, and I've joked around with my boyfriend with this, so I've always asked him just to like check and see where his mind is. I'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about getting a boob job, and by the way, he's so against that. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna do whatever I want. If I wanted one, I would just get one, but he's so against that. So the fact that he wouldn't even want me to get a boob job shows that he's legit content with my boobs, which is very comforting. So I'll always joke around with him and be like, when I get pregnant, I know your boobs are supposed to grow, so at least that'll be my like stage of seeing what it's like to have big boobs. At least I can say, you know, I'll be able to experience it naturally. I mean, obviously it won't happen forever, and who's to say what happens? I know that women's body changes a lot when they get pregnant. And yeah, so who's to say I won't change my mind about surgery, which I doubt I will, because I'm just too much, like, I'm too scared of stuff like that. Like, I'm already an anxious person, so yeah. That's just my story, I guess. It's like a short story. I don't know if it helped, but just, like I said, with time and being surrounded by people who uplifts you instead of, like, brings you down. So to the point to where even when I see women with big boobs, just like, oh, those are nice, but I don't necessarily feel like I have a strong will like of jealousy. Yeah, it's just like, wow, nice boobs. So I understand that my boobs aren't like my best asset, and I'm actually very content with that, because I feel like I would rather be a girl that has a pretty face, and that's what people pay attention to, rather than a girl who has a nice body and that's what draws the most attention, you know? Because the face is gonna last longer than the body, because your body changes a lot as when you're a woman, you know. I mean, pregnancy, aging and stuff like that. I mean, your face changes too, but you know what I'm saying? And not even just your face, your heart, your personality, what's inside. And I know it's cliche, like when you're young, you're probably gonna roll your eyes to this because you're dealing with so many immature boys, especially in high school, and then even in the beginning of college. A lot of boys are just really, I mean, they're not immature, but you know, I mean, they're low-key still immature because, you know, boys take longer to mature. I don't feel like it's a compliment when a guy like fantasizes over your body, because then it's more of a sexual thing rather than if a guy really thinks you're genuinely cute and it's like, oh, like I have a crush on the person, like, you know, like her personality or her face, or instead of, ooh, her body is just nice, I just want to. And again, I feel like when you're younger, it just takes time for you to learn to accept it, and it's a lot harder because of social media, and I understand that. If you're in high school, don't take any of those guys seriously, okay? They're very immature, and they're only thinking with one thing. And even younger than that, they're just going through puberty, so that's just how it is. That's just that. Love your body. It's gonna take time, and it's okay. Don't rush yourself. It's important to love your body naturally, but again, you know, if you were thinking about doing anything else, just do what makes you happy. But me, what makes me happy is just being on this journey to love my body and knowing that I'm gonna experience a body change. You know, my body's not always gonna be like this. And from what I've heard from people like want me to cherish my body now, because once you know, get pregnant and just different stuff in your life, your body changes. So I'm content with my youthful lookingness, and I'm grateful. Okay, because this body is healthy as far as I know, and I have a boyfriend who appreciates it so much, and I really, really, really love that. And I hope that for every woman out there who is not, you know, content with their bodies or who are insecure, I just really hope that you find somebody who appreciates your body as it is, and would never want you to change it or make it look like somebody else's or something like that. That's when you know you gotta keep her. Alright, so I am going to answer some questions. First question is, do you find small boobs / body cute? I also have a petite body. I definitely find women who have small petite bodies very cute. At first I thought there was like some girls who have small bodies, even though my body was small, I thought theirs were like cuter in a sense. I don't know. Been trying for years to feel more confident with small boobs. Tips or tricks? I think following people who have smaller boobs, because if most of the girls that you follow have big boobs or big butt and big everything, especially on Instagram, that's all you're gonna see when you open. So I feel like it's nice to like follow other girls who have similar body types to you, because then it makes you feel like more relatable, you know? And then also getting with a guy who appreciates your body. If you're ever with a guy and he wants you to change your body or wants you to have surgery or talks about your body, then he is not for you at all. That's just like a red flag for me. I don't know, with clothes, you want to wear like tighter stuff, I guess, to accentuate your body. And if you want, you can obviously wear like push-up bras or little padded bras, even like those chicken cutlet things you can like put inside your, what you call it, to give you a little like oomph. I like to wear a lot of crop tops too. If you are content with your stomach, then I feel like my little mini shape will revert the attention from my little boobs, and then it just looks better in my opinion with my body type. So I like to wear a lot of like high-waisted crop top things, which I feel like you see a lot of like girls doing nowadays, or even like tying the shirt up like that in the front, you know what I'm saying? Or wearing like a nice lace shirt, or just something like sexy right here. Also, and I feel like I got a question about a bra that is really good for kind of giving you a little something something. So by the way, I actually don't really wear bras. That's definitely an advantage, I would say, of having small boobs, because you don't really need to wear bras unless you're concerned about your nipples showing, which you can probably see a little bit right here. But I really don't care, because it's like they're small. Like, I don't feel like that it offends anybody. But if I want to wear a bra, if I feel like I just want to, you know, a little mini, I call it like instant boob job. I get this, I wear this bra. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it before because this is like the only bra I have, because this is from Victoria's Secret, and Victoria's Secret is kind of pricey. So like I don't wear bras often anyway, so I'm not about to get multiple ones. I probably should have got black. I even got this one on sale, so that's how you know how cheap I am. And yeah, this one is a bombshell plunge, and it has like a little padding right there. I can't believe I'm showing you guys my bra. I hope I don't get demonetized. And it's so funny because whenever I'm wearing this bra and my boyfriend like comes to me and like TMI again, but like touches my boobs or whatever, he always tells me like, can you take that off? It's like so deceiving. It's funny. He hates this bra, but anyways, but it looks nice, you know, for people who don't know that I'm wearing a bra. It gives me a little push up and also some extra. So if I'm feeling like I want to have some, you know, more boobage, then I'll wear this. But as far as how do I find bras and tops that fit, I feel like that's kind of simple for me. Because of my overall body type, I just get it extra small and everything. I get it tighter. Obviously, like the smaller the better for me. Figuring out how to mesh my style with small boobs in a flattering way. Suggestions. Off the shoulder tops. Ooh, okay, that's a good idea. Off the shoulder tops are really cute because I feel like they take away from your boobs and they're more to like show your like shoulders. Like it's like a cute style. So I feel like off the shoulder tops are really cute. I hope that was helpful. And I definitely hope that anybody that's going through the struggle of like trying to accept their body with whatever it is, just know that